just went to the Belleville Boot Factory and heard about their issues and what they deal with and everything like that. Do you know that the Belleville Boot Factory is the only boot factory that only provides military?
Yes, they do.
And that Belleville Boot, because of a larger boot company in this nation, named Wolverine Boot, had used their congressman to put together some language that would have made it where Belleville Boot would have not rated as a small business anymore. Because Belleville Boot is the only small business boot company in the nation. And because of that, they were able to get some advantages that are necessary to keep that group of people working. My staff, because we had spent time there, were able to notice that, and we aggressively went in and tried to get that problem changed. You know, we've worked on many things. We worked on the problems with Granite City Steel, and we hope, no, we know that the language that's there will fix the problem in the future. Unfortunately, we have to go through this rough time of where the steel has already been dumped into this nation, which is another issue we have to deal with. As we deal with trade, we can't shut off trade, but we have to be very, very wise in what we do with trade. We must make sure that trade lanes are open, but the other countries aren't setting them in a situation where they put themselves where we're actually have a disadvantage. And so we're trying to make sure that the language is there to do that. You know, let me tell you this right quick, and then I'm just going to conclude and see if you got any questions. It's been an unbelievable year and month and a half, and I am so honored that I have the opportunity to serve you. It's busy. We're busy all the time, and that's okay. That's what this job's about. It's not about the title, it's about serving you. And let me tell you this. Over this next several months, I'm going to be working hard not only still to serve you in D.C., but I'm to be the candidate that I need to be, to make sure that we hold and retain this seat. Now let me tell you, there's some good things happening in our campaign. One is that we have 3 opponents, not one. Only in the Illinois 12th can we get a primary in the Green Party. We have a primary in the Green Party. Everyone is familiar with my opponent on the Democrat side. Let me tell you that we're doing the things we need to do. It's very expensive to raise money, and this is an expensive race to run. Especially because of our Metro East area, because you're advertising what you're trying to get out. If you advertise in the Met networks in St. Louis, you're advertising to 5 congressional districts. Think about that. And so we don't get the bang for the buck that way that we want to, but so then you have to spend a lot of time putting people on the street, knocking on doors, getting things out that way. But let me tell you a double-edged sword that hit this week, and I want to tell you in a positive way. Because I got a call from many of you that worked last time knew David Watts, and David is kind of the coordinator from the NRCC, and David says, hey, I want to call and tell you that I've got good news and I got bad news. He said, I said, okay, so give me the good news. He said, the good news is that you have been rated by many magazines on the Hill as strong, or as a safe Republican. And I thought, wow, that's wild, because they never predict that. You understand that Nancy Pelosi put me on a list early on as one-term wonders. And now, there were 16 of us, and 5 of us have moved our district into a rating from that, not from them, but from others, as safe Republican. And he says, now that was the good news. Now here's the bad news. You're going to have to work twice as hard to raise the money that we know you still have to have, because, see, not everybody around this nation understands the problems with voter fraud that exists in certain areas of your district. And so that means we've got to do our base groundwork harder. I've got to raise money out there, I've got to raise money here, but also, and this is what I want to be sure and ask you, and if you have any friends or anybody says, hey, I think Mike's doing a good job, and I think the team is doing a great job. Signs, that's starting again. No, didn't we just get done doing that? Yeah. Okay, signs. People to walk precincts. If you can't walk, can you man phone bags? If you can't man